Okay, so we have 10 minutes, right? Hello, everyone. Just to present, because I'm participating later today in another panel where we will be talking about the Club World Cup, but I was asked by our colleagues of TVU to just present this study case of what we had specifically during Club World Cup. So long story short, at DAZN, we wanted to maximize how we were able to bring news during the tournament across all markets. So we decided to bring 32 different bilingual reporters attached to every single team in order to provide all the content for all the markets. So this is not related to the live broadcasting. We wanted these additional feeds to enhance our shows, to produce daily content, to deliver all the interviews behind the scenes, et cetera, that our reporters were covering on a daily basis. And this is why we asked TVU to provide a solution of these additional feeds, and they deliver a really good solution in terms of the operation, and it was really useful for us receiving all these feeds.
Thank you, Quim. So yeah, so as Quim was describing, we have 32 teams, right? And in order to acquire those, that level of content, we were using 32 transmitter devices, okay, which is our TVU pack, okay. How we can deliver that type of service, that type of technology throughout the SaaS environment, okay, without not going deeply into on-prem, into heavy installations and all that, right? So how we can achieve that using our system, right? So basically, the whole solution at the beginning, it was just the pack and the receivers, right? Really straightforward. But then we started to, discuss, go back and forth, so we can, achieve this level of flexibility on top of just the transmission layer, okay? So in the center of, the whole solution, we use TVU MediaHub, which is, sitting on top of our, TVU Media Mesh technology, okay? So it's an elastic system, okay? This is an application that allows you to, instead of having the receivers on-prem receiving, all the packs, we can have all the packs live at, at the same time, available in TVU MediaHub. So we create, all the sources in our SaaS system. We centralize all the, dashboard operations for, a single place. So the whole operators were, based in the IVCC area. And we control the packs, we control all the specs, all the settings. We can troubleshoot, we can monitor. And then once we have, all the sources in place, we create, outputs that can be delivered to multiple destinations at the same time. So at the beginning was, okay, DAZN needs all the packs that are live in that day, at a given point in time, in one location, which was, UK as a central hub, right? But also what happens if we need, the same content at the same time in other locations, right? In other offices, right? So that's why we went through TVU MediaHub and then created those destinations that could be live in all DAZN regional offices, okay? So this is, quickly the workflow, okay? So you can see the stadiums on the left, right? So we have these 32 packs because 32 teams, right? So each pack was following all the teams, right? So, I mean, a specific team. So, and that was, shooting interviews, content before and after the matches, and then we can also get, content from behind the the goal lines and all that, right? So a lot of, extra content, to be captured, right? And then, you have the packs there. So these are, the TVU packs that we were using. Those are called RPS-1. So this is the latest technology that we have, for transmission. The device hosts up to 11 type of, different connection slots. So it will aggregate a lot of bandwidth, okay? So that way we can have a reliable and stable transmission out of the venues, right? So the ENG crews, whatever they have, landline connectivity, they will use it. They don't need to do any extra setup. It's just connecting, whatever is available to the device, right? So in this case, we are just showing an example. So we have, of course, we have 32 packs. Those are, created as sources in our platform. And then we have, all the destinations here. But assuming like an example, so we have, Mexico pack and then Spain pack, for example. And then that was, sent live to our system. We create, the multi-destination source there. We control everything, right? And then once that is ready, we started to send, the feeds directly to multiple destinations, okay? And on top of the schedule, this is giving, DAZN full flexibility, because if a new player comes into place, or if a new destination needs to receive the content, it's just another destination for our system, right? So it's not like a one-to-one workflow. It could be one-to-many, okay, at any given time, okay? So, this was like an example of sending, a match content to all the destinations, right? But we could have, sent multiple packs to this, all the destinations at the same time, okay? And by the way, this is like the transmission layer going through, a SAS system. What is next once you have all these in place, right? And that could be, what is the next step, right? We were discussing that before. So we say that the next step, is adding production tools here, right? So you have all the transmission layer in place. You have all the distribution in place, right? Full flexible with a lot of functions, right? So we can start adding the production tools here, right? And not only you can receive all the content from the venues, but also you can start, producing it, producing the content, which is what we are doing, for the FIBA Eurobasket super feed production, okay? We're not only hosting, the transmission, but also we are adding the production for the super feeds, okay? So again, quickly and to finalize this, what are the benefits, right? So as the panel was discussing, this is lowering cost, right, and give more flexibility and in terms of resources, right? So we are providing more resources, right? So you lower the cost, you get more resources, therefore you can improve your production. So you can produce more content, right? So you increase the content production capacity, right? And therefore you reach, more audience, right? At the end, you have more content, you have more feeds, you have flexibility, then you have more richness, okay? So I guess that's, covering the use case, okay? Thank you very much.